Okay, day one, GCF and grouping. So let's review quickly how to multiply because what we're doing today is basically reversing that. So when we're multiplying, we're going to take the term that's outside the parentheses and distribute it into the parentheses. So whole numbers, we multiply like normal. So 4 times 8 is 32. Then the variables, if they're the same letter, then we're going to take the powers and add them. So it becomes x to the power of 2 plus 1 is 3. Then 4x squared times 5y. 4 times 5 is 20. X squared times y, just plop down next to each other. X squared, y. You try B on your own and check. So 7ab cubed. 7 times 2 is 14. For our a's, we'll add the powers. So a to the third and then b cubed next to it. 7ab cubed times negative 3ab. 7 times negative 3 is negative 21. The a's will add the powers. 1 and 1 make 2. So if you want to put a little 1 here, you can. The b's, this one has 3, this one has 1. So adding them, I get 4. Then distribute to the last term. 7 times 6 is 42. A combines with no other a's, so A. And B, I have 3 here, 2 here, add them together, I get 5. Okay, so today we're going to be taking out a GCF or factoring out a GCF. So greatest common factor is the largest number each is divisible by. So let's just practice finding the GCF of these 4. So 10 and 25. So if I think of my factors of 10, so 1 times 10 is 10, 2 times 5 is 10, 3 doesn't go in, 4 doesn't go in, and 5 does. I have it listed. So factors of 25 would be 1 and 25. 2 does not go in, 3 doesn't go in evenly, 4 doesn't go in, 5 does, 5 and 5. So I have listed all of my factors. The greatest common factor is the largest number both are divisible by. So even though they both have 1, they both have 5, and that's larger. So the GCF would be 5. So 18 and 27, we could do the same process, or we could kind of work backwards. So if I did 18, I've got 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6, 4 doesn't go in, 5 doesn't go in, 6 is listed. So there's all of our factors. 27, got 1 and 27, 2 does not go in, 3 does, 3 and 9, 4 doesn't go in, 5 doesn't go in, 6 doesn't, 7 not evenly, 8 not evenly. Okay, so there's all the factors. So even though 1's listed, I still have 3 that's higher, but I have 9 that's higher. So each of these, the biggest number that I can divide out of both of these would be 9. So GCF would be 9. All right, so now let's talk about variables. So what's the most that I can divide out of both of these? I'm making a quick video. Okay, thanks. So I can divide, I can take 2 out of this one because it has 2 to give and this one has 5 to give. So if I'm going to make it even, the most I can take out of both is at max 2. So x squared would be their GCF. So here we have whole numbers that we can divide out. So the largest number that I can divide out of 4 and 12, they're both divisible by 4. So the GCF would be 4. And then talking about our x's, this one has 2 to give, this one has 5, just like here. So the most I can take from both would be 2 each. So today we are factoring. Factoring is dividing polynomials. Let's review from last unit. So first, if I have 16x plus 12 divided by 4, I'm dividing each of these parts by 4. So 16 divided by 4 is 4. X divided by no x stays x. 12 divided by 4 is 3. B, we have 15 t to the 5th minus 5t squared. I'm dividing by 5t squared. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. T to the 5th divided by t squared. I'm subtracting the powers, so t cubed. And here, negative 5 divided by 5 is negative 1. T squared divided by t squared, those cancel. So this is my answer. Last one. 81 divided by 9, so whole numbers divide like normal. 81 divided by 9 is 9. Variables, subtract the powers. A to the 4th divided by a to the 3rd, subtract. So it becomes a to the 1st. We don't need that one, but it's not wrong to have it. Then our b's, we have 1, we're taking 1 away, so that cancels. 27 divided by 9 is 3. These a's cancel, 3 on top, 3 on bottom. The b's, there's 2, I'm taking away 1, so I have 2 left, or 1 left. Okay, so let's go ahead and factor. What we're gonna do is we have to find the GCF, like we did here, find the GCF, and then divide it out. So we're combining those two things. So factor the expressions. So the most that I can factor out of these, this one has 4 x's to give, this one has 2. So the most I can take out is 2 x's. So x squared. When I do that, so x to the 4th divided by x squared is x squared. 9 divided by the 1 will stay 9. X squared divided by x squared, cancel. So this would be my answer. If I want to double check, all I have to do is what we did at the very top and multiply back in. X squared times x squared is x to the 4th. X squared times 9 is 9x squared. B. So first whole numbers, 2 and 8. What can I divide out? I can divide a 2. T's, this one has 2 to give, this one has 5 to give. To keep it even, the most I can divide out is 2, so t squared. Now I'm showing me dividing. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. T squared divided by t squared, cancel. It had 2 t's, I'm dividing it out. Negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. T to the 5th divided by t squared is t cubed. So this is factoring out the GCF. Next one, 3 terms now. So 15, 10, and 25. The largest number I can divide each of those by is 5. Okay, this one has A's, this one has A's, but this one doesn't. So I cannot take out any A's if this last term does not have any to give. So now I'll go ahead and do the division. 15 divided by 5 is 3, and the a squared stays. Negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2, and the a stays. 25 divided by 5 is 5. All right. D. 7, 9, and 11. Well, I know that 7 is prime, so is 11. So I cannot divide out any whole numbers. So let's look at variables. A cubed, a squared, and a. So they all have at least one a. So I'm really looking for the lowest power. So this one has a power of 1. So the most I can take from each one of those is 1, because that one only has 1 to give. So I'm going to divide by a. 7a cubed divided by a is 7a squared. 9a squared divided by a is 9a. Negative 11a divided by a is negative 11. The a's cancel, so there should be no a here. E. 12, 18, and 24. So at first glance, I'm thinking, well, they're all even. 2 comes out. If you start to struggle with this, we can start just thinking of our factors of the smallest number, so 12. 2 goes in, sure. 3 goes in, yes. 3 goes into 18, yeah, 3 times 6. 3 goes into 24, 3 times 8. 4 does not go into 18. 5 doesn't. 6 goes into 12. Does it go into 18? Yes. Does it go into 24? Yes. If you're not sure, you can just start dividing the numbers. So 14 or 12 divided by 3. Okay, so that's 4. So 18 divided by 3. Yes, that goes in evenly. 24 divided by 3. And then start doing larger and larger numbers. So I know that 6 can come out. Let's look at the variables. So they all have x's to divide. Let's look for the lowest power. 4, 3, 1. So the most I can take out is just x to the first. Now the y's. 3, 1, 2. So the most I can take out is just y. And let's divide. 12 divided by 6 is 2. For our x's, x to the fourth, I'm taking away one of them, so x to the third. This has 3 x's, I'm taking away one of them, so x squared. 18 divided by 6 is 3. This has 3 x's, I'm taking away one of them, so x squared. This has 1 y, I'm taking away 1 y, so they go away, cancel. Negative 24 divided by 6 is negative 4. This has an x, I'm taking away an x, so cancel. This has 2 y's, I'm taking away 1, so dividing. So 1y. Last one. So looking at our whole numbers first, I have 45, 27, and 18. The largest number each of those is divisible by is 9. So I'm going to divide out in 9. And then looking at my variables, I have m and n's. So each of them has an m and an n. So I'm going to look for the lowest power for the m's. 2, 3, 4. So the most I can take is 2 m's. And then for the n's, 4, 3, 2. So the most I can take is 2. Let's divide. 45 divided by 9 is 5. N squared divided by n squared, cancel. N to the fourth divided by n squared is n squared, because it's 4 minus the 2. 27 divided by 9 is 3. M cubed divided by m squared, so I'm subtracting 3 minus 2, so m to the first. N cubed divided by n squared is n. Negative 18 divided by 9 is negative 2. M to the fourth divided by m squared is m squared. N squared divided by n squared, cancel.